22 we have yeah first question. There are six main players who play six different sports. Okay, cricket, football, hockey, tennis, badminton, and athletics. Okay, they are married to two engineers. Okay, two engineers, one doctor, CA, professor, and housewife. Not necessarily in the same order. Each of the six couples stay in one of the six different cities. Okay, so these are males. Okay, and their wife will be females. Okay, they are couple. Yeah, the and they stay in one of the, yeah, every couple, each couple stay in a different city. We have Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, Delhi, Ernakulam, and Indore. Okay, now these are the clues we are given with. The football player is married to an engineer. So football player is married to an engineer, but we have two engineer wives, so not one. Okay, so you should be very careful. Yes, there is also one more sports person who is married to an engineer. Okay, so I cannot cross this column. Okay, the football player is married to an engineer, but does not belong to either Kolkata or Delhi. So football player does not belong to either Kolkata or Delhi. Yes, no, we are done with this. The doctor and athlete do not stay in Indore and Ernakulam respectively. So we know, okay, we don't know whom doctor and athlete were married to. So I will come to this clue later. The hockey player is not married to either a doctor or CA, and his wife is not a housewife either. So yes. Now, one of the engineers stays in Delhi. One of the engineers stays in Delhi. So we have one engineer who is a wife of a football player, and he is not staying in Delhi. So I can say that, okay, another engineer is married to another sportsman, and they are both are staying in Delhi. Okay, now the hockey player, the tennis player, and the cricketer stay in Kolkata, Indore, Bangalore, respectively. Okay, so the hockey player stay in Kolkata. Yes, six different cities. Okay, then tennis player stays in the indoor, and uh, the cricketer stays in Bangalore. Okay, cricketer stays in Bangalore. No, respectively. So we are done with this. The lady who stays in Ernakulam is a housewife. Yes. Now, now we'll come to this clue number four. Okay, one of the engineers stays in Delhi. Okay, so cricketer is not staying in Delhi. So I can say that one engineer is not married to cricketer. Okay, the hockey player is also not staying in Delhi, as well as the tennis player is also not staying in Delhi. So this engineer is neither married to cricketer, hockey player, or tennis player. Okay, so we have considered this. Clear? Yeah. Now that yes, we have also considered. Now, the doctor and athlete do not stay in Indore and Ernakulam respectively. So, doctor do not stay in Indore. Okay. So, I can say that doctor is not married to tennis player, and yes, and athlete do not stay in Indore. Athlete do not stay in Ernakulam. Okay. Athlete do not stay in Ernakulam respectively. Now, now who is married to hockey player? We have only one option, professor. Yes, so I can say that hockey player is married to professor. Now, the lady who stays in Ernakulam is a housewife. Okay, now football player. Okay, who can be in Ernakulam? This the lady who stays in Ernakulam. So her husband also should stay in Ernakulam. Okay, and the lady is a housewife. Okay, if I consider the footballer is staying in Ernakulam, okay, his wife is already an engineer. Yes, but it is that the lady who stays in Ernakulam is a housewife. So I can say that footballer is not staying in Ernakulam because the person who is staying in Ernakulam, okay, should have a wife who is housewife. Yes. Now, now who is married to tennis player? CA. Only option left. So who is married to doctor? Who to whom the cricketer was married? Only doctor. And athlete is married to an engineer, and so he should stay in Delhi, and the footballer will be staying in Ahmedabad. Clear? Yes. Now, now coming to questions. Who is married to hockey player? Hockey player is married to professor, so the answer should be 4. In which city does the doctor stay? Doctor is married to cricketer and staying in Bangalore. Okay, so it should be Bangalore. Who is married to athlete? Athlete is married to an engineer. The CA stays in which city? CA is married to tennis player and they are staying in Indore. Yes. So our option should be 4, 4, 1. Clear? Yes. Now coming to the second set. Yes. The following pie chart shows the distribution of monthly family budget of a person. Okay. I have interpreted that pie chart in a tabular form where he is spending 129 degrees. Okay. 129 degrees corresponds to education, food 36 degrees, entertainment 51 degrees, travel 48 degrees, and others is 96 degrees. And his monthly income was 1,20,000 monthly or annual. Okay, so I can say that, okay, it is mentioned in degrees. Okay, we have already discussed that if in a pie chart, okay, uh, yeah, he can either express this in percentages or as well as in degrees. Okay, so if it is mentioned in degrees, the total degrees of in a pie chart will be 360. So 360 degrees corresponds to his monthly budget, which is 1,20,000. So 1 degree is equal to 1,20,000 by 360. So which will be equal to 1000 by 3. Clear? So 1 degree is equal to 1000 by 3. Yes. Now, then if 1 degree is equal to 1000 by 3, sorry, education, it is 96, I guess. Yes. Sorry, education. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Others, yeah, education, it is 96. Food, it is 129. Okay, sorry, entertainment, it is 36. Travel, it is 51. And others, it is 48. Sorry, my bad. Okay, 1 minute. Let me count. Yes. Education, it is 96 degrees. Food, it is 129. Entertainment, it is 36. Travel, 51. And others, 48 degrees. Clear? Now, if 1 degree is equal to 1000 by 3, then 96 degrees will be equal to, so 96 into 1000 by 3, it will be 32,000. Clear? Yes, food. Okay. 129 degrees. 129 degrees will be equal to 1000 by 3, it will be 43,000. Entertainment, it is 36 degrees, so 12,000. Yes. Travel, it is 51 degrees, so 17,000. And others, it is 48 degrees, so 16,000. Okay, so out of 1,20,000, he spends 32,000 on education. Okay, 43,000 on food, 12,000 on entertainment, 17,000 on travel, and 16,000 on others. Clear? Now, the following table shows the further distribution of the above mentioned items among the 5 family members, that is P, the person himself, W, his wife, Rahul, his son, Rohit, son, and Preeti, his daughter. His family budget is 1,20,000. Okay. So this is the tabular form we are given with. So in which the total amount for education is 32,000. Food, it was 43,000. Okay, entertainment, it is 12,000. Travel, it is 17,000. And others, it is 16,000. Yes. So out of this 32,000, in this 32,000, 10% means 3,200 will be spent on the the person himself. Okay, 15% of this 32,000 will be spent for his wife, 40% for his son Rahul, 25% for Rohit, and 10% for his daughter Preeti. Same way, out of this 43,000, 30,000 was spent for himself, 25% for his wife, 20% for his son Rahul, 15 for Rohit, and 10 for Preeti, and so on. Now, do we really have to calculate all the data here? All this data? No. Let us look at a question and let us find which are to be calculated and which are to be left. Now, what is the average expenses of P? So, average expenses of P. So, P's expenses are these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we need to calculate the P's expenses in each part, like for education, for food, for entertainment, for travel, and for others. And he's asking the average of all the expenses of P. Clear? Now, so we have to find these values. Yes. Now, what is the approximate percentage increase in the amount which Rahul enjoys for entertainment as compared to Preeti for the same? This I will discuss this. Coming to the question. Now, coming to seventh question. The average expenses of Rohit is approximately what percentage of average expenses of wife? So, average expenses of Rohit. So, same as this, so we need to determine the average expenses of his wife as well as Rohit. Yes. Find the difference between the average expenses of education and the average expense of entertainment of the couple. So we have, So we have already calculated the expenses of education and entertainment for the couple. So no need to calculate any. Yes. So these are the things we need to calculate. Now, coming to the expenses of P. We have to calculate the expenses of P, W, and Rohit. So now coming to first question. Okay. So out of this 32,000, 10% was spent for himself. So he will be spending 3,200. The expenses of P for himself in education is 3,200. Okay. So he will be he's spending 30%. Okay, of the budget allotted to food for himself. So 30% of 43,000 will be equal to 12,900. Yes. Okay, 10% of entertainment expenses for him. So 10% of 12,000 will be equal to 1,200. Now, 40% of travel expenses. So 40%, so 1,700 into 4, it will be 6,800. 40% of 17,000. Now, 20% of others. 20 others is 16,000. So in this 16,000, he's spending 20%. So it will be 3,200. So these are the total expenses incurred for P, for himself. So we need to calculate the average expenses of P. So average expenses, total sum of all these expenses divided by number of categories like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll 3,200 plus 12,900 plus 1200 plus 6800 plus 3200. These are sum of all the expenses, which is equal to 27,300. Okay, 27,300 divided by 5. I will get the average expenses of P, which will be equal to 5,460 rupees. So it should be option. Yes. Now coming to sixth question. Sixth is very simple question. Okay. Now, what is the approximate percentage increase in the amount which Rahul enjoys for entertainment? So Rahul enjoys 20% of 43,000. Okay. So for example, if I consider this as 100, okay, let the 43,000 be 100. So Rahul enjoys an amount of 20 rupees. Okay. And Preeti further same. So Preeti enjoys an amount of 10 rupees. Sorry. Rahul enjoys for entertainment. Sorry, not for food. Okay. Entertainment. In entertainment. Okay. Let this be 100 rupees. Yes. Rahul enjoys, if this is 100 rupees, Rahul enjoys 20 rupees for his entertainment. Yes. Whereas Preeti will get 15 rupees for her entertainment. Now it is asked approximate percentage increase in amount which Rahul enjoys for entertainment as compared to Preeti. So he is asking how much percentage is Rahul getting more in entertainment from Preeti. So how much it will be? 20 minus 15 compared to Preeti's expenses. So 15 into 100, which will be equal to 100 by 3, 33.33%. So the answer should be A. Why did I consider this as 100? Okay, where if you consider 12,000 also, it doesn't make any difference because that number will be nullified in both numerator and denominator. So instead of calculating the value here, and subtracting it and dividing it by this value, okay, I can do simple by comparing these percentages, because the multiplying number is same, 12,000, which will be nullified in both numerator and as well as denominator. So no need to, my point here is no need to calculate these values, okay, and find the percentage, by how much percentage Rahul is getting more than Preeti in the entertainment. Okay, whenever you are asked ratios or percentages, there won't be any need to calculate. Clear? Now coming to seventh question. Okay. The average expenses of Rohit is approximately what percentage of average expenses of W? So now coming to W. W has 15%. Okay. P spends an amount of 15% of the total education budget for W. So it will be 32,000, 15% of 32,000, which will be 4,800. 25% of 43,000, it will be 10,750. 30% of total entertainment budget, it is 4,000, sorry, 3,600. Yes, 10% of travel budget, that is 1,700, and 25% of others, so it will be 4,000. Yes, now coming to Rohit. He spends 25% of the education budget on Rohit. So which will be 8,000. 15% of food, which will be 6,450. 25% of entertainment, 3,000. Then 10% of travel, so 1,700, and 10% of other expenditures, 1,600. So the total budget, the total expenses of W is equal to 4,800 plus 10,750 plus 3,600 plus 1,700 plus 4,000, which will be 24,850. Yes, for Rahul, the total expenses will be 8,000 plus 6,450 plus 3,000 plus 1,700 plus 1,600. Clear? it will be 20,750. Now it is as the average expenses of, sorry, of Rohit, not Rahul, sorry, my bad. Okay, the average expenses of Rohit is approximately what percent of average expenses of W. So 20,750 is what percentage of 24,850? How will you calculate 20,750 by 100 by 24,850 into 100? Okay, which will be I think it is 83. It is almost equal to 83.5%. So the answer should be 4. Clear? Yes. Now find the difference in percentage of budget. So he's asking in percentage of budget. Find the difference in percentage of budget between the average expense of education and average expenses of entertainment of the couple. The average expenses of education, it will be 3,002 of the couple. So 3,200 plus 4,800 by 2. This is the average expenses on education of the couple by the couple. This and average expense of entertainment of the couple. Entertainment. So 1,200. It will be 1,200 plus 3,600 by 2. He's asking find the difference between the average expenses of education and average expenses. So it will be 8,000 by 2, which is 4,000 minus 600 plus 1,800 minus 4,800 by 2, 2,400. Yes. Yes. So which is equal to 1,600. So the difference between the average expenses of education and average expense on entertainment is 1,600. But what is he asking? In percentage of budget. So he is asking this is what percentage of total budget. So it should be 1,600 by 1 lakh. Total budget is 1,20,000 into 100. Yes. Yes. So this will be 4 by 3%. So 1.33 should be the answer. So the option will be 1. Clear? Yes. Yeah. Thank you guys.